Today, I'm going to really just tell a story of the Mixto company, the agreement between Rapper and Limonta, the formation of the Mixto, how we've, over the many years, we've managed to put out a product on the market that works very well, that a lot of people are copying off. And my idea today is just to sort of tell a bit of a story.
Guys, if you're going to leave to the other stage, do it a little bit quieter because we already started the presentations.
Thank you. Thank you. This is how we started the Mixto company. We were a small company. I started back in 1984. Obviously, I'm not an Italian. I came from New Zealand. I met up with the Rappo company. I was playing rugby in Italy. Very small company when I started, 3 people. We started off very small, very quietly. The Rappo company in 1984 was 3 people. Today it counts for over 1,000 employees. Fabio Rappo, the guy next to me in the photo, was one of those people you'll meet once in a lifetime. He was an incredible guy, incredibly good businessman. The company started off really with his father, who was unemployed, and who worked with us, and 1 lawnmower, 1 truck, and 1 weed wiper, and that was a company. But always a man with a long vision, always somebody that was looking way ahead. He always used to say, I want to plant trees that I'm never going to sit in the shade of, and he's done that through everything he's done. The 1,000 employees, we've got 11 garden centres, and it's become a very, very important company in Italy. We partnership with, we happened to get into a couple of stadiums. The first stadium I ever started working on was the Stadio di Alpi, which was the Juventus stadium at that time. 2 teams playing on it, Juventus and Torino. Not an easy stadium, not an easy climate. The year after we took over San Siro. Even worse, San Siro at that period had, I think some of the older people remember the Tulipanis, that back in 1986 that Milan used to win everything. Hasn't done that for a while now, but they used to win everything. San Siro was in a stadium with Inter playing on it, Milan playing on it, so you had 2 teams playing on it, plus the trainings for the UEFA, and everybody, all the groundsmen knows what 1 team playing on a stadium is like, so you could imagine 2 top-tier teams. So we rebuilt the stadiums, and we wanted something free draining, easy to drain. At that period, there was a lot of problems like this in Italy or all over Europe. We wanted a free draining field. We wanted it on a sand-based surface. But of course, on a sand-based surface in the winter, no lights. And of course, the field wouldn't hold up. It started to move, and we wanted to stabilise it. So that's when we brought Limonta into the picture. We started working with Limonta. We wanted to create something that was going to be grass-friendly, let the grass grow through it. We wanted it to support the players, and we wanted to create surfaces that were playable and enjoyable for everybody. 1998, we started our first hybrid attempt. For us, it didn't quite go as well as we wanted. Too difficult to install, real learning period. I've got to admit that the stadium and the players really enjoyed it. From playing on such natural fields inside San Siro to playing on a half hybrid field, we got some excellent feedback from the players, excellent feedback from the coach. But we couldn't quite keep the grass long enough. The installation was very, very difficult. The installation of the product wasn't correct. I'm talking of installation in the nursery, It was just too difficult. We couldn't get the fibre standing up the way we wanted. Too much handwork. Harvesting was difficult. The backing wasn't holding together enough for us. So we decided to go back to the drawing board. So we spent a couple of years in our nursery. We did a number of tests, a number of products. We put them all in a line and tried them, retried them, and came up with a product that we thought was worth putting on the market and keeping on the market. We get to 2000 and we finally feel we should be on the market. 2000 was when we really started to look at what we're doing seriously. We started really pushing it. We did a big nursery in Milan. Obviously, the first time we harvested it, we did like most people do. We put down 8 centimetres of sand over our sub-base, did a very nice nursery. And of course, as shit happens, the first time we harvest, it just poured down with rain for like 10 days, and we threw our old nursery away. So we had to go back to the drawing board. We built a nursery with a lot of drainage. We did it the way it should have been done, and we started growing hybrid turf. This now is on our new nursery for the Limonta company. We prepared a new nursery. We built it as a stadium. As I told you before, the Fabio Rappo was always someone that was looking a long way away. So on our nursery now, we have it built like a stadium. It has the full drainage underneath it, 8 centimetres of stone, 5 centimetres intermedia, and 17 centimetres of sand. We wanted to produce fields also in a long time. We wanted to keep the quality up. We find when we put down that 5-6 centimetres on a natural soil, even if it's sandy, you don't get the quality, you don't get the standard. We had a bad year 2 years ago on our old nursery when it rained all spring, just never stopped raining. And then all of a sudden the Italian summer arrived, 30 degrees, and we weren't producing the fields we expected. Huge investment on this, of course. It's 48,000 metres, built like a stadium. Now we feel we can produce top quality fields, even in the worst of weather conditions, and keep the quality up for a long time to come. A lot of setbacks in all the years, we did a lot of things wrong. There's no two ways about it. We learnt a lot, got a good team of guys. It's one thing doing a hybrid field, twice a year. It's another thing doing them for the last 10 or 15, 20 years. So we've got a good team of guys together, Limonta and Rappo. The other big advantages to us is in Milan, we maintain, in Italy, we maintain 95% of the fields we've installed and built. So we've got a lot of feedback coming from the groundsmen that are our guys. We sort out the problems. We've learnt over time where we've gone wrong, what we're doing right, and we've tried to convey that to all our clients. The importance of the surface and construction, especially on a carton system, is so very, very important. When you've only got 3 centimetres of sand, you've got to be absolutely perfect on your construction and on your laying and on your installing of the field in the nursery. And we've learnt that over the years. And we install, as we would on a stadium, our nursery the same, is built as a stadium. And we try and keep the quality and the perfection up, even in our nursery and on the stadiums. Having the guys that do all the maintenance, we've learnt over the years, what the best policies are. Like a lot of people say, you can't regenerate a carpet system. We've got fields now that are 11 years old that have been regenerated often. You certainly can't regenerate if it's not installed correctly and not levelled and everything else. For sure, it's a little bit more difficult than a stitch system. But to say you can't regenerate it just isn't true, We keep a lot of cleaning on it, a lot of mechanical cleaning. We try and convey this to our clients, and you've got to keep them clean. The last few years, of course, with everything on the recycling and the reusing and that type of thing, we've invested a lot of money on that as well. You've seen most people recycle it with the machines we were using, the standard sand sieving machine. Will reduce the plastic, but we used to end up with 1, 2, 3% of plastic in the sand, which for us in Italy, the laws are a little bit more relaxed. We'd spread it on our own fields, we'd top dress, and then we'd remove the 2, 3% of plastic off it. We'd mix it with topsoil, make lawns out of it, make gardens out of it, and it was a good product for us to use. But of course, 2-3% in a lot of countries isn't acceptable. So we invested in a machine, and then we completely adapted it. We changed a little bit the backing of our mix dough, and now we're getting sand coming out of the machine that is 100% clean, perfectly clean. It's not the fastest machine in the world. It takes a little bit more, couple more days than a normal machine, but it does come out with the plastic 100%, the sand 100% clean. The plastic, it's normally got about 10, 20 tons of sand mixed into the plastic, and that at the moment we send away and it gets washed and recycled. The other thing we're doing a lot is, especially on the stadiums that only use the field for 1 year, we'll roll it up and we'll place it into a training field. We'll roll it up, we'll give it to a community. We'll roll it up, we've done it in our garden centres. We've used it as a parking area for our garden centres. And we try and just increase the shelf life of a new product, It works well. We've seen it now in Leipzig and Germany. They've become very popular on it, very happy with the results on their training fields. So it's just lengthening the shelf life of the field. Of course, harvesting if the field's in good quality, the job comes out very, very nicely, and the field goes down well. If the field's a little bit consumed and struggle a bit more handwork, bit more, doing the edges and that type of thing, but it does work. It does work. Done a lot of stadiums all over the world. We got out onto the big stage. We did Real Madrid for I think it's 9 years now with our partner in Spain. The Bayern Munich, Leipzig. There's a big list. Getting out onto the big stage certainly helped us. We do most of the installation around the country from Milan. We remove the fields. We look after our groundsmen, we follow them and try and look after them. And we've done a lot of fields now. There's a list of over 100 fields. We've sort of worked all over the world, installing them, with a lot of young guys we're sending around and working all over. Trusted by the partners, which I think is important. We try and look after them. Like I say, you can take a horse to water. You can't always make them drink. But with most of the clients, we do a follow-up, a strong follow-up, try and look after them, try and keep them, supported as much as we can. As you can see, AC Milan is now 11 years old. It's been laid, it's never been removed. It's been there for 11 years. They're every 2 years regenerated, normally because of the time schedule, always a difficult client. It's where the women's team play, the under-21s play, and then the under-15s play. So very difficult to get the time to be able to regenerate it every year. But I can say that every second year it's been regenerated and always comes up very, very nicely. Done a few on the Zenit. Did the World Cup in Zenit, one of the hardest jobs I've ever done, just about killed me, trying to get turf in from Denmark into Russia at that period, between paperwork and documents and drug dogs and bomb dogs and everything at the stadium. Very, very difficult stadium, but it's a job that went very, very well in the end. Como now, we've been there for some time. We did the final of the Champions League, Bayern Munich. 3 years now in Munich with Peter Sauer. We've also done all different types of climate. We do a lot of work in the Middle East. We've managed to work it with paspalum grass. We've used Bermuda grasses. We've used stolons. We've tried a little bit of everything. With the Bermuda grass, we have a good success in the north of Italy. Now with the climates in Italy, we can't keep cool season grasses on all our fields. We've got to variate a little bit and have warm seasons and cool seasons, otherwise we just can't maintain them through the whole year. Then of course it was a natural step up to the Verde mix. It was just another feather to our cap. We wanted to cover all the bases. We now have 6 machines that are working. We're stitching all over the country at the moment. The machines are working non-stop in this period, of course. Changed the fibre a little bit. We do a 3x2, also with a very strong fibre that we really like. We've done the trials in the Milan Training Centre. We've got a number of fields there now for a number of years. Very, very happy with that. Very, very happy on the regeneration. The extra fibre, it's a 2x2 would be too much. 3x2 works. Makes it very simple for the regeneration. The players seem to really love it and works very, very well. AC Monza last year was the best surface in Italy. It's also maintained by us. You know, the Rapper company along with Limonta, we maintain Rome, Florence, San Siro, Camilla help me there, Milanello, La Spezia. So we've got a very, very large experience also on the maintenance, just not on the hybrids. We just finished the Blue Energy Stadium in Udine for the UEFA Super Cup. We did the UEFA Euro 24 final, Olympic Stadium in a week, very, very tough week to try and get that done. Finished the day before they had their German final. And we've successfully competed in the last few years in fields in 15 different countries. We do a lot of full profile construction, a lot of fields over Italy. So we have our own heating systems, we have an air system we install, we do full profile construction. AFC Viola Park was 13 fields, very, very nice training centre in Italy. It'd be one of the biggest I think there is in Italy, 13 fields. Como have just built a very nice training centre with very, very important Indonesian owner. Monza, we've redone all their fields in Monza, built full construction. And AC Milano lo stesso, the same thing. So, any questions? I've still got a little bit of a time left. Any questions? Anybody like to have a question? No questions? Okay, thank you all very much for your time. I think I've been a little bit fast, haven't I? A little bit, yeah. So thank you very much, everybody. Yeah. Sorry? Yes, we do them all. Yes, on all the fields. Yes, yes. Not always straight away, but and we try and do them once a year for the client. You know, it's something that's in our program. We lay the field. We send. We're working a little bit with Pro Pitch. They'll go on the fields in Italy. We do our own testing around the countries. We'll use Pro Pitch that go and test them regularly. You know, we want to see at least a 4 or 5 star all the time, and we try and keep that. And it gives the clients the feeling that we're looking after them, and you know, we can see if something's not going quite the way they should be. Yep. Thank you.